YouTube, what is up, man? Hope everybody's doing well out there. If you're checking the video out, man, I do appreciate it. So as you can see from the title of this video, just got me thinking how you hear so much about the springtime and the fall time being just the best times ever to fish, and they are. You know, in my opinion, spring is king. I think spring's the best, and then fall's number two for sure. Then you get summer and winter, right? But you can get clickbaited into some videos, man, and I was definitely a victim, just like, you know, a handful of years back, to where you watch these videos and you think, though, that the spring and the fall is going to be so good and so glorious that, like, every time you go out, it's going to be automatic. But I found out through experience the last, you know, few years that that's just not the case, man. It's still fishing. Keeping it real, you're not going to go out there and always wreck them, even when you think you should in those times of the year. There's been days in the spring where I've been skunked. There's been days in the fall I've been skunked. It's just fishing, and I don't know, just wanted to throw that out there, because if you're just kind of getting into fishing and you see all these videos, which, by the way, videos, you know, they have the tendency to kind of show the best of what's going on, right? But in reality, man, fishing is a grind, just straight up. And so, yeah, fishing is definitely better and more favorable at certain times of year for bass, but overall, man, it's fishing, dude. It's tough. You know, I think the house is usually gonna win at the end of the day. And that's just the reality of it. So I don't know, I was just kind of thinking about that, and just, you know, your expectations. And, you know, that's gonna differ from person to person and where you live. But for the most part, man, nobody's gonna go out there and just catch fish all day, every time they go. That's just not even the pros do that, right? Those guys struggle too. And so anyways, guys, just a little ramble there about just kind of the reality of what fishing is. But when you do have those special days, it really does make it nice. And, you know, it's the reason why we go, man. You just never know when you're gonna run into that PB, or just you know, have that incredible day to where you're just catching all of them. But today's video, man, I'm jumping down the street, going to the pond, and a little bit of an experiment going on. I'll talk about it more once I get on the water out here. All right, guys, so I mentioned new technique. So not new as in new, but new for me. This is the free rig. So you got the sliding weight. It's an 1/8 ounce, and I got a little finesse worm on here, and pulling out the BFS, man. So I've had this thing for a while, and man, the BFS world is really, seems like it's getting more and more popular here in the States. And so I have a budget setup, man, about as cheap as you could probably get, honestly. But something I've kind of had and not really thrown a ton. So, you know, thought, why not tonight bring it out here and try to whip this little finesse worm around on this free rig. Man, as you can see below me at my feet here, I think that kind of into the summer, man, it's like your peak time for the vegetation in the lakes. And I do have my frog rod, so I'm sure that's gonna get picked up here soon. And yeah, man, the goal, come out here and just hopefully catch a couple. All right, so I missed that frog fish because I was messing around, not paying attention, and I saw that bass. It looked like he was chasing a little bait fish, and that's exactly what I have tied on this spinning rod right now. And this is also a new setup. Not new as in just bought it, but I've had it. So I have a 1,000 size spinning reel. Ooh, just got a bite. Oh, something. 1,000 size spinning reel, which usually is for crappie. But you know what? I'm putting it on my bass reel. I got 10-pound braid because I really do like the spinning reel. And I don't crappie fish that much. I'd like to get into it more in the future. And I got it on a 6.6. Look at that. Look at that. I got it on a 6.6 medium fast. But the rod's pretty whippy, man, so it almost acts like a medium light. And I'm gonna cast like little finesse swim baits on this. Ned rig, stuff like that. And I got a 10-pound braid to a, I want to say it's an 8-pound Yo-Zuri hybrid leader. All right, man, had to come back on the other side of the pond. See if we can get a couple decent ones before we get out of here. Oh, there we go. Tighten up the old drag. Nice. Right at the edge of the weed lines. And again, rolling with that little 2.5 Z-Man Slim Swims. One thing I'll say really quick, I've noticed that, man, if you get those swim baits out of the packages, which I have for sure, like those Kitex, those tails will bend up, and nothing drives me more crazy than that, man. But what I found about these Slim Swims is, even they do come in clamshells, but if you take them out of the pack and you just have them in the bag, the tails on these things, they really don't bend, man, just because of the way they're made and shaped, which is pretty cool. Nice. Another. I mean, hey, these are some chunky little respectable bass. Hey. Huh. Sweet. Can I say, man, it's a night of the finesse swim bait. And again, I'm going with the 2.5. So I've got these in 3-inch too, but between the 2.5 here and the 2.8 Kitech, the Swing Impact Fat Man, those are about as finessey as I will go. And so yeah, whenever you're not catching fish, man, it's hard to beat this or a Ned rig, man, with a little TRD on it. And sometimes that's what it is, man. You just want to come out here and bang on a few fish, man. This is stress relief, you know, just to come out here and not only enjoy the outdoors, but just catch fish, man. You know, love to catch giant bass every time I go fishing, but definitely not my reality. And yeah, tough night, man. I threw a bunch of stuff, got hit on a couple top waters, but no takers. Caught a few fish on the finesse swim bait. And like I said in the intro, man, you know, this is fishing, man. It's a grind. And I think I just wanted to share that intro too, just in case maybe somebody's getting into fishing and you bought into the bait monkey. Maybe you went out and bought a bunch of lures, you watched a bunch of videos and caught the hype, thinking you're gonna go out and just wreck them. And that's just not the reality, man. But if you keep going, man, you will have those days. You will have those days for sure. But it's fishing, man. Just come out here and enjoy the grind.